What's going on, guys? Pixelated here, back at it again with another video. Today we are looking at these two sneakers right here. This is the truth segment where we take two sneakers and pit them against each other in various categories to determine which sneaker comes out on top. We're looking at two monumental and memorable sneakers from two of probably the largest brands in the game right now. Both are known as the latest technology and both are known for being innovative, brand new, and fresh. We have with us the Vapormax and the Ultra Boost. Of course, this isn't the normal version of the Vapormax, and I know quite a bit of you were bashing on it, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. It didn't hurt my heart and crush my soul or anything. Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic. And the contender, or the reigning champ, however, haha, see what I did there? We have the ever so popular Ultra Boost in the reigning champ 1.0 model. You already know I love this model a lot. That heather gray pattern, the infused terry prime knit material creating the upper, but we'll get into that in this comparison. Both sneakers have their respective company's latest technology embedded into the sneaker. Both bring very different experiences to the game, and with that being said, let's get into it. We're gonna start off with the first category, which is the comfort category, where we focus on the midsole, the technology behind it, and how it contributes positively or negatively on the sneaker's performance and comfortability. We know Adidas has made huge strides in the sneaker industry in the past few years, not just with marketing and getting all these artists on board to collaborate and create new sneakers and apparel lines, which we're all very grateful for. Thank you, Pharrell, for your Hue Race clothing line with the Japanese text on it so that I feel like a tool since I can't read it. Just kidding, we know Japanese text on clothing is super cool. You can't deny those characters are just so appealing. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Not only has Adidas been working with many artists that I'm a fan of to create things that I love, but they've actually created and implemented some of the most comfortable technology in sneakers known to mankind, and this is not an exaggeration. They've genuinely made a breakthrough. I mean, sure, Adidas didn't come up with the technology themselves, but it's definitely a breakthrough in comfort for sneakers, and the Ultra Boost is probably the poster child model for that technology. Of course, I'm referring to the Boost technology. The Ultra Boost silhouette is one that is probably ingrained in the mind of all old and new sneakerheads alike for that sole reason. See what I did there? Sole reason? What, you saying I wasn't the first to say it? Who was it? Okay, let's get back to the sneaker. The Ultra Boost midsole is super cushy without being overly cushy like the EQT 9317, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. If you're a little too cushy, that's just a different experience depending on what you're looking for. You get a smooth ride in these and get cushioning support with every step. It's almost impossible to hate on these because the midsole is just so comfortable. On to the less talked about benefit of this mid/outsole is that there is this badass torsion bar at the bottom that allows you to keep your balance by preventing you from twisting your foot awkwardly and providing a bit of stability to the outsole. We also have the Continental rubber outsole that is super grippy despite it being almost flat. There are obviously these circular shaped treads very slightly sticking out from below the sneaker to provide grip, but you know when you have a tire company making your outsole rubber, you're not going anywhere. The Vapormax is Nike's brand new model and debuted on March 26th this year to commemorate Air Max Day and its 20th anniversary or some such. It's kind of cool that they used the celebration of an old legacy technology by bringing out something new. Obviously the model I have here isn't the regular Vapormax, it's the Mark Newson x Nike Lab collab Vapormax, so some of the attributes of it are very different, but we'll overlook some of them and I'll try to give you an overview of how the regular one would feel as well. But as far as the midsole and outsole is concerned, they're practically the same as the regular Vapormax. They changed his body but couldn't change his feet, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, that was weird, I know. Shut up. Okay, so the midsole is a Vapormax midsole. Obviously, as Nike says, this sole has the most air of any other sole they've ever made. An added benefit of this sole versus others is that it's completely free form. It's not encapsulated in any foam or rubber material to form the midsole around it. It's uncaged and unprotected, to very favorable trends in various parts of people's lives. Cough, cough. The experience you get with the Ultra Boost midsole is very comfortable. I've never had trouble wearing the Ultra Boost and walking around or doing anything in it. Going anywhere in the Ultra Boost, you can pretty much guarantee your feet will feel like they have a sack of clouds sitting underneath it. It's amazing to see the difference between these two though, because even though the Vapormax sole is completely unrestricted, it still feels as tough as any other Air Max midsole. The only difference is because it has separate and independent pods. One, there's more flex and you can recognize that real fast when you take a step and you're able to follow through with that motion comfortably, kind of like the Nike Free Run. And two, it's much lighter than an Air Max, obviously because no foam midsole to cover the Vapormax tech and to weigh the sneaker down. The experience isn't uncomfortable by any means. The Vapormax is light, it's comfortable, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Ultra Boost comfort. Even when you visibly see the Vapormax pods folding and bending under pressure, it doesn't have the same soft response or cushion the way the Ultra Boost cushion does, and for that reason the Ultra Boost wins the comfort category. On to our second category, it is the fit category, where we focus on the materials, shape, and determine which sneaker has an upper that provides for a better on-foot experience. The Ultra Boost typically has a minimalistic prime knit upper, the reigning champ being an exception with a terry infused prime knit upper. It's largely the same, just a little softer than what you'd generally get. My personal opinion, these have a lot more give. Actually, that's not even a personal opinion, that's just true. These have a lot more give than the typical Ultra Boost. I had to go half a size down and take out the insole for these. Normally I can just wear my true to size with the insole in, but for these, true to size with the insole in was a little too big just because it had a little too much give, and I felt my foot moving up a little too much. Sizing issues aside, the fit is essentially similar to any other 1.0 Ultra Boost as long as you size down half a size. The sneakers have a TPU lace cage to hold the laces. I obviously have these Hypebeast laced. What else did y'all think I was gonna do? Y'all silly. A lot of people don't realize this or take note of this, but the Ultra Boost is a very minimal silhouette to begin with. The lace cage definitely helps you get that support around your midfoot. A friend of mine was telling me how she rolled her ankles in the uncaged version of the Ultra Boost, so it only serves to explain why the caged version is much better for running, or just to show that this cage actually provides support for your foot. Lastly, we have my favorite, and once again least credited part of the sneaker, the ankle collar slash sock opening, whatever you want to call it. This bad boy is the reason none of y'all are losing your shoes. On top of that, after owning the older EQT Boost with the Ultra Boost midsole, I realized one important thing. It is absolutely crucial to have the right fit to feel more of the boost. Without this foot opening being designed the way it is, open and snug at the same time, the way it hugs onto your foot, you really feel the boost to its full potential, which is something I didn't feel in the older EQT 9316 Boost, and that is why I'm making that comparison. We have the Vapormax upper. This particular model, the Mark Newson collab, is made of two primary materials. We have the foot opening and the upper section of the toe box that is made of Nike's popular Flyknit material. It's soft, but it's definitely not as soft as Adidas Prime Knit. I'm not sure why that is. I feel like they either spray it with some fortifying sauce that they cook up in their Nike kitchen, or they just chose for Flyknit to be more rigid so it can hold its shape better. Either way, it's still a comfortable material when it comes to 90% of other materials used out there, such as the next one I'm about to mention. The rest of the sneaker is made of this Vachetta tan leather. Not the best material to use when considering comfort. Because these are high top, when I'm walking around in these, I can kind of feel my heel rubbing against the back heel counter leather. That's a little counterintuitive, but obviously to get that premium high-end look, you'd expect the designer to use what is considered high-end material, and Vachetta tan leather is considered high-end material. The regular model has a full Flyknit upper, so we know that we won't have that issue with the regular model. The regular model also has laces, so you can get a better fit. This one just has a strap, which I don't mind, but just for comparison's sake, it's also a low cut, which means you won't have this high top restricting the movement in your heel area. Overall, I can promise you the Flyknit on the regular model will provide a better comfort experience than this Flyknit Vachetta Tan Fusion. However, it definitely doesn't beat the Ultra Boost. The Ultra Boost overall has a better fit experience with the all prime knit upper and the unique ankle opening, and for that reason, the Ultra Boost wins the fit category. Damn, Ultra Boost, you're really killing the game right now, out here winning 2 categories in a row? That's kind of hot. Where you stay at? What, you recording? Cut the camera. What are you doing? Cut the camera off. On to the third and final category of the battle. It is the style category. Disclaimer, as always, style is subjective, so always consider what you like first before listening to someone else's opinion. With that being said, let's get into it. The Ultra Boost is somewhat of a classic in the making, a running shoe turned stylish sneaker with plenty of collabs under its belt already within the last 2 to 3 years, and rightfully so. I don't think I've ever owned one sneaker that I can wear with almost anything the way I have with Ultra Boosts. I can potentially wear the 3.0 version of the reigning champ with almost every every outfit of mine. I've been doing so for the last 2 weeks. The Mark Newson Vapormax I can literally only wear with one fit of mine, and to be honest, as much as I liked these when I first got them, I've kind of grown out of them just because the teal mixed with the Vegeta tan is just such a hard colorway to coordinate with. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's still plenty of use for these out there somewhere, and I could drag this out much longer, but truthfully, this is a very black and white battle for me. When it comes to style, I've worn the Ultra Boost 69 times. That's the precise amount of times I've worn them, whereas I've only worn the Mark Newson Vapormax once. That should be enough to determine which ones are more stylish, and for that reason, the Ultra Boost wins the style category. Congrats to Adidas on that one. With that being said, that's the end of my video. If you took anything from it, please hit that like button. What do you guys think about the sneakers in this video? I'm really curious to know. And hit that subscribe button for more juicy content. Catch you later. Pixelated out.